Hi, this is Erin Mervis-Hoppe at Compass on the Michelle.Maldonado team, and welcome back to another segment of Nashville Word of Mouth, where we shine the spotlight on the individuals, small businesses, and trusted partners that share our team's vision for providing excellent service and value for our clients. So today I'm very excited because we're going to be leaning into an aspect of the process of a real estate transaction, and we're going to talk about appraisals. And so today I'm excited to welcome Joe Pat McGuigan from McGuigan Appraisers. So welcome, Joe Pat. Thank you so much for being here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
You bet. It's great to have you. So let's get right to it. What is an appraisal?
The basic definition is it's a formal valuation of real estate at a specific time. There's obviously information in the appraisal that's going to be a lot more specific in detail about the property and neighborhood characteristics. But at the end of the day, everybody's looking to the value of the property that we put on there.
So one of the things I think we should define is what, in your terms, defines a comp versus a sale?
Sale is just a sale of a property. That happens all the time in neighborhoods, across the street, around the corner. A comp is a property that has similar characteristics, has similar
Absolutely.
square footage, bedroom count, style, condition, quality to the subject property.
Yep.
And so that's the difference between the two.
We live and breathe by that. You know, you don't want to be compared to a property that might be right beside you or down the street, but has no characteristics that are similar to your property.
For sure.
So you have to be really careful about that. Something that a lot of people don't realize is there's actually different types of appraisals.
Sure.
So with regard to a real estate transaction specifically, what are the different types of appraisals?
Yeah.
Can you shed some light
Yeah,
on that?
absolutely. For a lot of clients that are going to be buying homes, you're going to be going to your bank or your mortgage company and getting
Yeah.
a loan. So those are purchase appraisals that will be, there's a contract that's shared with me so that I can understand what is taking place in the transaction. Some homeowners that already own homes will be taking out a home equity line.
Yep.
So they'll be getting a refinance type of appraisal. We do divorce work. We do estate planning. Eminent domain, when a state is or someone is taking some land for purposes
Yep.
for the public. Date of death appraisals. So if someone has passed away, there's going to be a need to show the IRS the value of the estate when that person passed. There's a lot of different appraisals that fit a lot of different needs.
So you're servicing your clients in many different ways. One appraisal does not fit all, right?
Correct, absolutely.
So something else I think is really important to talk through is, as agents, we are very familiar with a pre-inspection. So we often advise our sellers to do a pre-inspection of their home before we take it to market. Why? Absolutely. Well, to be ahead of any problems or even fixes that we might want to do to the home to best prepare it for market. But I'm also starting to hear about getting a pre-appraisal. Tell me a little bit about that. How often do you see that? What does that look like? Tell me your thoughts on that.
Yeah, it's a great question, and we are starting to see it more and more. Anytime there's a transition in the market, whether it be prices are going up or prices are coming down, everybody has historical knowledge about what their home is worth. They don't have current knowledge about what their home is worth. Mm-hmm. So getting a pre-appraisal would help them be an understanding of what the value of their property is.
Yep.
And it allows for them to be able to make informed decisions. And I always say it gives you power. Having the power gives you the opportunity to make informed decisions with whatever the home value may be,
Yeah.
Or however it performs with the market that you're listing your property in.
Well, we always say the proper price is priceless,
Yeah,
right? So it's
absolutely.
like another tool in the toolbox
Absolutely.
to get to that place. As agents, another service that we feel very strongly about providing for our sellers is meeting with an appraiser when they're coming to the home to do the appraisal, and arming them with a lot of information about the home, improvements that have been done, anything that we think that they should be aware of. As the appraiser, how do you receive that? Do you see that as a great value from us in that process?
Yeah, as an appraiser, and I tell people, I'm showing up to a property and I'm starting at minute zero, and I'm trying to gather information.
Yep.
Many times, you as an agent have already done research, you've already gathered information.
Yeah.
It really helps an appraiser to get kind of forward momentum. If it's a list of recent updates that have been done to the house,
Yep.
if it's a list of specific additional amenities or features or property characteristics
Yep.
that need to be highlighted, that make this property special, it's usually a great thing to have it already pre-typed out.
Yes.
A list to
Yeah.
be able to get it into the appraiser's hands so that they can get it into the report.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, the appraiser has to support a value in his appraisal with information.
We've talked about a lot today. Is there anything else, any other nuances about the appraisal process that we maybe didn't cover, or anything that you feel we should know about the appraisal process?
I think it's whenever I show up to a property as an appraiser, it's super important for the homeowner or whoever's going to be at the property to know this is not a stressful process.
Right.
This is a very simple
Yep.
data collecting session
Yeah.
where the appraiser is just going to come out and do some measuring, take some pictures, and just get some physical characteristics of the property.
Yep.
I'm not appraising unmade beds.
Right.
So you don't have to make your house spotless.
Right.
You don't have to have it look like a showroom ready home.
Yeah.
It needs to be the home that it is. The inspection of the appraisal usually only lasts about 45 minutes to an hour.
So not as intimidating and daunting as it
No,
needs
no,
to
no.
be, perhaps, how it's perceived. Perhaps.
Absolutely,
So
absolutely.
yeah, I love that. So we've covered a ton. In wrapping it up today, I think you know that one of the things that we do on this series is we always ask our guest for their word of mouth. So I'm so curious, who should we be talking to? Who in your mind is someone that you recommend?
My word of mouth is Brentwood Auto Wash. I drive all around Nashville and have experienced every car wash that the city has to offer. Brentwood Auto Wash does the best. They have full service, you can drive through, they have vacuums, they have hand towels that you can clean your car off. They do it all. So I'm a full supporter of Brentwood Auto Wash.
Okay, well, we all want to be in clean cars, so I
Absolutely.
love that. Okay, thank you for being here. You've kind of made the appraisal process seem not as daunting and more friendly than I think most people assume.
Well, good.
So,
It shouldn't be intimidating at all.
thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks so much for
absolutely.
being here. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.